Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and even though we are in the middle of the Clan Boss Draft content, which I think the video for that just dropped today, we also have today a crazy guaranteed Sacred Shard event. So you open 12 shards, you're guaranteed to get Sicia Flametongue with that 12th shard. And I know some people might be going, well, do I need Sicia? Is she really somebody that's worth getting? And I wouldn't say she's necessary, but if you want to have those super fast spider teams, if you want to dominate on CvC, dominate in those tournaments for spider, Sicia is a must-have champion. And anytime you can guarantee a quality champion for your account, it is 100% worth pulling for, I think. Don't deal with the RNG. Get the champion that you know you want to get. This is a perfect time for that. And so I figured what I could do today is I could show you guys my spider team. Now, it's not the fastest technically, but I mean, it's like a 25-30 second run. It's pretty quick. And this is how I'm able to put up crazy points in CvC. You do a bunch of spider runs, and boy, those points just add up like crazy. That's what the top end players are doing in this game. So I figured I might as well break down Spider 25 team with Sicia Flametongue so you guys can see exactly how this type of team can work. Now, as we get into this video, don't forget, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell down below so you guys don't miss the next video that I put out there for you, especially with this Clan Boss Draft. You're going to want to check it out. Now, with any of these crazy Spider 25 type of teams, there's always going to be a few different permutations as far as how to absolutely maximize everything. But really what it comes down to is timing. You want to make sure the skills are happening at the right time so you can maximize your damage and make your run as fast as humanly possible. So this is a team that I'm running, and it's not the only one. It's not the fastest of all the teams out there, but it's pretty darn close. And so you can definitely take permutations of this and build an even faster team and or maybe you don't have all these champions, but you can do something that is going to get the job done just as well. The basics of it are you bring in an HP burn champion to HP burn all the spiderlings, and then you have Sicia use her A2 ability, which activates those HP burns to just tear through the spider. Then you're going to use a Renegade or a Kymar to reset those skills and do it all over again. And if you can time it out right, get your damage and stuff right, you're going to be able to beat the spiderling in like 20-25 seconds, which is fantastic for one, building up silver, two, building up your artifacts, and also for dominating those tournaments and CvCs. So let me show you exactly what I have for my team. So you can see the champions over here. We've got Sicia, we've got Crypt King Grawl, we've got Prince Kymar, Ignatius, and Coldheart. Now, why am I using each of these champions? They each have a purpose on this team. So I'm bringing Ignatius here, and I'm just using his A3 ability, Turn to Ash. This is going to place an HP burn on all enemies for 2 turns. It cannot be resisted. It means I don't need accuracy on him. And the reason why I turn off his A2 and his other skills is I don't want him to actually do any damage. I don't want any damage from him because I don't want those spiderlings to die. I just want the spider queen to die. The spiderlings stay alive. That means more HP burns get activated. So that's the goal with him. Now, I do have him not fastest, but second fastest because I need to make sure all the spiderlings are out before he goes. That way he's maximizing the number of HP burns that go off. And the reason why is the next champion that I'm going to have going, Crypt King Grawl here, Crypt King is going to use his Elemental Unity skill. It's A3 ability. That's going to, it's going to freeze all the spiderlings. We don't care about that. We don't care about the damage. What we do care about is that he will extend the duration of any HP burn to 3 turns. And this is important because Sicia is going to activate those burns, and we want them to stay on. We want to burn as much as possible. So extending that means that none of the HP burns on the spiderlings will go away, and it'll give us a chance to when we reset to do this HP burn thing from Sicia all over again. I might as well talk about Sicia. She's the important one, right? So let's go ahead and talk about her. Sicia Flametongue, her big thing is this flame eruption, her A2 ability. And basically what it does is it's going to, yes, place decreased defense and weaken on all the enemies as long as there's enough HP burn out there, but actually don't necessarily want that. All we want is to instantly activate each of those HP burn debuffs, right? It decreases the duration by 1 turn, hence why I bring in Crypt King Grawl, but that's all we want. We want 10, 12 of those HP burns to go pop, and the spider HP to go down to nothing. And so we're going to try and do that. Now, of course, we want to reset those skills, right? We want to get that twice if we can. So in order to do that, we have the last 2 champions. So I bring in Prince Kymar, by easily my fastest champion, being an arena champion, but I figure I can bring him in here. You can use a renegade absolutely for this, but the reason why I have Prince Kymar in is he's going to go first, and that's going to allow those extra couple spiderlings to land, because at a certain, it takes the spiderling, you want all the spiderlings out there before you do the stuff. So I want Prince Kymar to go, buy us an extra turn so the other spiderlings can fall, and then Ignatius is going to burn everybody at the speeds we have. But more importantly, Kymar is going to go again and reset everybody's cooldown so we can do the same actions one more time and get that burnout one more time. Huge ability. And then we also have Cold Heart. Now, Cold Heart, stage 25, that max HP damage is kind of limited. It's not going to, exceed a great amount. It helps, but it's not going to do the job for us. What we really want is from our Heartseeker, it's the turn meter reduction. We want to drop that Spider Queen's the turn meter down to 0 so she doesn't get a turn and heal up. We just want our champions to go, and that's what she's really big here for. So this is a team that we're going to be using, and we're actually going to get, I think, a second attack from Cold Heart after the Kymar reset. And so because of that, this should be a pretty fun little run. It's not perfect, right? They could definitely optimize a little more, but honestly, with my team, what's the difference between 30 seconds and 25 seconds? I don't know. So let me go ahead and show you the run, and we'll get into it. Okay, this is going to be quick, so let me slow it down to 1x speed so you guys can kind of see how this goes, right? So there we go. We got the sleep from Kymar out there. That gives a chance for those last 2 spiderlings to come. HP burn. We increase the duration of those HP burns, and then look at Sicia. Take that HP level down to half. Now the spiderlings are actually taking their turns as well, and we're getting more HP burns. Get the reset from Kymar. We already got the turn meter reduction from Cold Heart. Now we're going to go ahead and increase the duration one more time from Crypt King. There goes Sicia again to nuke them down. And very last, we're going to have Cold Heart finish it off with her Heartseeker skill for the second time. Game, set, match. That was 36 seconds on 1x speed. Let's see what it's like on 2x speed. Here we go, 2x speed. Let's see how quick this run can be. Let's go. Kymar, sleep. Last 2 spiderlings drop. Okay, HP burn, Ignatius. Let's extend that. Girl, yep, burn them. Sicia, nice. Cold Heart, reduce that turn meter. Kymar, reset it. Let's do it all over again. Yeah, we don't need the AoE from Ignatius there. We don't want the spiderlings to die. Good, big nuke there from Sicia. And then Cold Heart, finish him off, I think. Maybe. Kymar, Cold Heart, somebody. There it is. There it is. Over and done with 28 seconds. Super fast. Now you can see there's a couple times where we're getting a little bit delays. Obviously, I can fine tune this just a little bit more, limiting the damage that some champions are doing, so the spiderlings are up a little bit more, maybe messing with the timing of things, so we can actually do a little bit extra stuff in there. I don't know, maybe Crypt King doesn't take a turn, maybe we have Cold Heart go a little bit faster. There are a lot of options as far as like how to fine tune this, but the big thing is getting the timing right for your team, right? You just want to make sure there's HP burn up for when Sicia does her big hit, and you want to make sure, if you can, having Crypt King Grawl in there to extend those HP burns so you can do this all over again. Those are kind of the big things here. You don't need Ignatius, right? Crypt King Grawl actually lands HP burn, so you could use that ability if you wanted to. It's not a bad way to go, but he not 100%, right? There's always that 3% chance of resisting, and that kind of slowed up my run, so I went with Ignatius. There's plenty of other champions too. Mordecai, Elder Scar. There's lots of options as far as ways to accomplish this, but this seems to be the most sure and secure and 100% type of run for me, and still going under 30 seconds. So I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, I'm just going to show very quickly the gear on these champions because you're going to see it almost doesn't matter what you're putting on them. As far as Sicia goes, 224 speed, no crit rate, hardly any attack. All I need is the accuracy and the speed. As far as her masteries go, I did go down the offensive tree and down the support tree. Honestly, probably better going defensive tree and support tree and completely ignoring damage. You can see my Crypt King Grawl right here, a couple different sets. We have him making sure he goes faster than Sicia at 230 speed. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. I actually have him in kind of a Hydra build here with a lot of resistance and accuracy. For masteries, I have him down the offensive tree and the support tree. Again, less damage would probably be better. And then we have Ignatius. You'll notice his gear is not even all on, and the reason why is I really don't want damage from him. He can hit really hard, and that'll mess up the run by killing spiderlings too early. 234 speed, no crit rate, no accuracy, don't need it. For his masteries, we went down the support tree and down the defense tree. Again, doesn't matter. And then you can see my Kymar here. Now, he is an arena champion for me. He's got 324 speed, 600 accuracy. None of that really matters. All I need him to do is go first so I can let those last two spiderlings fall and have enough and that's it. Actually, I don't even need accuracy. I just want to reset the cooldown. So a Renegade works really well here as well. For masteries, we went down the defensive tree and the support tree, but again, doesn't matter. And then we have Coldheart here. Now, it really doesn't matter. She's the only one I want some damage on, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. I have her going at 210 speed, which is slower than everybody else in this comp, but I think you could have her go faster. The big thing is making sure the Spiderling doesn't get enough turn meter back to actually take a turn. That's the big thing. The Spider Queen, I should say. 280 accuracy is enough to land that cooldown reduction, that turn meter reduction. As far as masteries, it is a traditional Coldheart build for me with Flawless Executioner. Nothing really special here. So as you can see, Sicia is really dominant when it comes to spiders. She's the only one that can really give you that super fast spider 25 run, which is going to help you dominate CvC, spider tournaments as well. Not to mention get you a whole boatload of silver and really good artifacts. So definitely somebody I think that is worth having on your account. I didn't have one for a while, and I was like, I don't need it. I got a pretty fast team. It's really nice to have. Really nice to have. And for only 12 sacred shards, that's a really good rate. Usually it's 15 guaranteed shards. This is only 12. So if you have the shards, I think it's worth it. I'm never gonna say go out and buy shards. I don't know that it's that worth it. It's more of a luxury champion to have really on your account than anything else. But she is very good. So if you can get her, I think it's going to be worth it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell until next we meet on the Deadwood Jedi.